When you think about running, you probably get the vision in your head that maybe includes some Lululemon tights and the newest Apple Watch. Maybe you've seen content from really hot people in a sports bra telling you how they've improved their pace in 2 weeks. There's plenty of stuff on the algorithm to fill the classic runner's niche, but I think there's some stories missing here. So this one's for the people that have to stop every 2 minutes to find a new spot for their dog to pee, and for the ones running in their thrifted clothes and hand-me-down leggings. I see you.
Let's go for a run. Almost fell, but I didn't. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys about a few ways that I think running should be de-influenced. I know a lot of running videos that you're used to is people at home looking really cute and telling you ways that you don't need to go buy new shoes. This is me post-run. I wanted to be fresh off of a 3-kilometer short little jaunt. Is that the right word? Anyway. And I've got, I think, a couple ways here that I think I can convince you that running may be for you, but it doesn't have to be your whole identity. All right? Does that sound good? Let's get going. Way number one that I think I can de-influence you from running is that running doesn't have to be about any kind of aesthetical need or wanting your body to look a certain way. Running can be more about mental health and physical health, not just appearance. I am someone who, in my family, there's a lot of cardiac history. My dad had his first heart attack at the age of 46. And ever since then, I was an absolute infant, but ever since I've been old enough to know that I need to care about cardio, I have thought about how running and other kinds of activities can look in my life. And I've always known that, in the back of my mind, I need to be doing something to stay on top of my health, because genetically I am at risk of having cardiac problems. So what can I change? Not my genetics, but I can change my physical condition so I can get my heart up and pumping and expose it to long-form cardio, which is ultimately going to help me have hopefully longer longevity in my life, which that sounds pretty good. I'd like to live longer. Running for me is also about mental health. I was really depressed in college after, things that happened in college. And I found running through my mom. And it was a way for not only us to kind of connect together, hang out, and do some fun races, but it was also just a way to focus on something that wasn't my sadness. So running is both a physical, helps me physically, but it also helps me mentally. I have found, and anytime there's a big bad thing in my life that's happening, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, big bad.
About what?
I usually come back to running because it's the quickest and easiest way to just feel like I'm in control of something. So it doesn't have to be about looking hot and cute. It can be about that, but I think everyone looks hot and cute. So it can also just be about more chill things like mental health and staying on top of your cardio. All right, number 2. I know there's a lot of people out there on the internet that'll tell you don't need to buy anything to get started. And I think it's true. I think if you're gonna buy just one simple thing that you might not already have, is running shoes. For me, I use these Brooks Ghost Max. I don't really know. I don't really care about a lot of labels. Honestly, most of my life I have spent running in my mom's hand-me-down Brooks or old running shoes, because she does buy nice ones and outgrows them and passes them on to me. I also got these from Facebook Marketplace for a third of what I would pay plus taxes getting them in store. So you can totally thrift this. You could also just run in any kind of workout shoes that you've used or brought to the gym that you have in the back of your closet. Once you're doing races and care about running fast or things like that, or running a whole lot and putting a lot of work on them, maybe get some from Facebook Marketplace that someone just bought the wrong size. But other than that, you don't need vests or goops, little waffles, just all this crazy kind of running gear that you simply don't need, but you can start adding on once you've already developed the routine as a reward. You don't need anything. Break out those shoes. Just go for a run. Number 3, you don't need a race. You don't need to spend money to start running. Like I said in the way number 2, you have to just set the mindset of, this is the goal that you want to meet, and try to meet that each week or each month, however you set your goals. I personally, for my 29th year of life, I'm running 29 kilometers each month. That means that until I turn 30 in November, I'm going to be running 29 kilometers, which is pretty chill. It's 1 kilometer a day if you think about it like that. I hit my goal in January. I'm set to hit my goal in February. So hopefully Claire from the future will also be caring about this and prioritizing their little running. And I've just found that it's super, super gentle. So set a gentle goal. For me, having a race to run for, first of all, they're kind of expensive. So that's automatically a barrier. But it also is just I get calendar fatigue. And so it's nice to just run because I want to. And I know it's good for me and not for an ultimate end goal. Because I've also found when I do get running, because I have a race coming up, I completely stop after the race. I just like get burnt out. So this is really nice, just like focusing on longevity and not like in many ways, and not just like a target goal or date. Number 4 that I'm gonna de-influence you. Running doesn't have to be about hitting the streets or the trail with the watch on, getting all the Garmin and Nike watch data that you want about your like speed. Like, it can just be an adventure. It doesn't have to be about improvement necessarily. It can just be about exploring your community. If you're curious about it, then it's for you. I think that's just like the baseline to understand. You can get out there and start running today, and it doesn't have to be about, I'm gonna set this goal of improving and running under 2-hour marathon or whatever. It can just be about a little adventure. It can be about walking through your community park and finding a new thing. It can be about walking your dog. I used to get grumpy when I ran with my dog, and sometimes I still do because he likes to pee on everything, and I've just found that like that can break my flow. But now I just like, I'm trying to just be more chill and embrace that, like those pauses, and look around and be like, oh, I can see like these bees coming out for spring, or these like daffodils, and just like enjoying being part of my community a bit more, and less of like, I need to like hit the street and increase my speed. That can be fun too, and I think that's important for maintaining cardio health, but it's not a necessity, and it can just be about running your dog and having fun in your neighborhood. All right, yeah, in closing off, I know there's a lot out there, so I don't want to clog up the algorithm, but I do hope that I find some people that are wondering, you know, should I start running, and do I need to get all these things to start? Because I'm gonna be here and the first to tell you that you absolutely don't. Just take my little hand and come with me, and we'll go out and have a good time together. Did I miss anything today? Is there any other ways that you feel like you've been influenced, that you need to get to this certain point in your life, or have this amount of time or this much money to start running as like a kind of hobby, or like a side hustle, if you want to call it that? And let me know in the comments below what has made you feel like there's barriers to running, and maybe even how you've overcome them to help others follow along. All right? Sweet. Keep running and have a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful day out there, you beautiful people. Bye-bye.
2.51. Nice. Another run. Done. 10 runs.